All right, sorry for that momentary rotation of the camera. So this is November 2nd, 2019. This is the first live stream. Okay, so remember I'll be live streaming on the first Saturday of every month exclusively for my Patreon members, though I think I'll be uploading this to YouTube after the demonstration is done. But again, only the patrons in the Patreon live stream will have the link to be able to watch this painting demonstration. And I will be able to answer any questions as I'm filming with my phone. I have to use the mobile YouTube app, so directly behind me I'm able to see any kind of questions that you may have. So just a little bit of odorless mineral spirits and a drawing brush. So with this demonstration, I won't be able to have the photo reference in the top left corner of the screen just because it's not the usual type of painting video. I can't really edit it as I'm painting it at the same time. But what I think I'll do is I'll upload the photo reference to my Facebook group, the Facebook photo reference group, so you'll be able to see exactly what photo reference I was using. So right now I'm just trying to look for the topmost placement of the head and the bottommost placement. And our model, though you can't really see him, is Howard. So I'm not going to be talking quite as much in the live stream. I'll just mainly be painting and waiting for comments to come in. So there's the bottom of the chin there, the corner of the neck. So yeah, I'm just going to be sitting here painting along, waiting for anyone to ask any comments or post any comments or any questions. And remember, if you would like to watch me painting live on the first Saturday of every month, it will always be at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, since I have to use the mobile app, I'm not entirely sure about the audio quality. I was not able to use my microphone because apparently charging the phone and using the microphone is beyond the capabilities of this phone. So yeah, hopefully the audio will come out all right, though. I guess we'll see. Quick little axes for the eyes, axes for the nose, and for the mouth. This is kind of sad. No one's actually watching at this point, but it's okay. I'll just be here talking to myself and painting. I'm just using the odorless mineral spirits to thin out the paint so I can draw. And I'm using burnt umber oil paint to draw. And I'm working on a 8x10 inch cotton canvas that has been pre-toned with burnt umber oil paint. And that was several weeks prior to filming. So yes, in order to watch this video, again, you have to be in the live streaming tier on my Patreon account. And, you know, on the Patreon, I posted the link for this demonstration a while ago. I think a couple weeks ago. I also did just upload my weekly video like an hour ago. The one I just uploaded was the video on the girl with the pearl earring. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe that's why no one is on right now. I also have the link on my iPad. I'm using my iPad I use it for the photo reference. So since no one is on yet, I'm gonna double check that. So you can probably hear my echo. Yep. Okay, so the live stream is working. Alright, so now that I have those big shapes indicated, I'm gonna see that there's the glare that I'm always talking about. I'm using a fan brush, an actual fan brush this time. Try to get rid of the glare. It's not working. Just adjusting the light to hopefully reduce the glare. Now we're filming in kind of low light. Okay. Now with the drawing color, I'm just gonna fill in a light shadow shape. And as I always mention, these types of demonstrations, they will never produce the realism that you're seeing now with my more recent videos. So the end result of this painting will never be as realistic as a painting that, you know, a painting as I call them. This is a demonstration painting. The difference between a demonstration painting and a painting is not the way that it's painted, it's just the time that it takes to produce it. Okay. All right, so I think I have the linear drawing established enough to transition into the large plane stage. So just use the razor there. I'll just put it down here. So I just used the razor. Oh, never mind. I just used the razor to clean off the glass. Now I'm going to switch into flesh tones. And let's use this one. So titanium white. Let's see, nickel yellow. Yellow ochre. And let's just use these. It's probably a little too bright, so a little more yellow ochre, tiniest bit of alizarin. One of my patrons asked me this question a while ago, um, about the approach with the values, and she was asking me. I think it was Deborah. Deborah was asking me, why I was working with the lighter middle tones um, before, and it's just to work faster. When I'm working in the Alla Prima approach, which is what this is, meaning creating a painting wet on wet, all in one sitting, I typically prefer this type of approach. It's just a lot faster. I tend to think of the Alla Prima approach to portrait painting as kind of the fast and furious way of producing a painting. You can produce pretty interesting results in a very fast, abbreviated amount of time, but it can go wrong quite easily. It's a little more risky than the layered approach with underpaintings and stuff, as you saw or are watching in the girl with the pearl earring. Right now I'm just focusing on the main triangle. Okay, so I know you hate when I say okay, but I'm focusing on the main triangle just because on a practical level, as I always say, it's a little bit more difficult to maneuver or move the eyes around or the nose around later on in the painting. And it's much easier to move the mouth or the hairline, the forehead. So I'm just trying to get the most difficult stuff out of the way first, essentially. That glare is gonna really bother me. Oh, there goes a studio painting. Great. Yeah, sorry about the glare. Yep, I'm a one-man show. That's what makes this kind of difficult. No camera crew, no editors, no equipment. But thank goodness for YouTube Live, huh? And so right now I'm just using a little bit of the Neo McGill Medium and odorless mineral spirits to thin out the paint a little bit. Now, if you're watching this in the future and you're a member of the live streaming tier and you missed this live stream, no worries. I'll be live streaming again the first Saturday of the month. The next month is going to be December. Or, if you're watching this after it's uploaded to YouTube after the fact and you would like to watch me paint live, check out patreon.com/YupariArtist and look for the live streaming tier. And once you're in the live streaming tier, I'll be sending you the link, the exclusive link that you need to be able to watch the live stream. Now, another thing I don't really know, now I've seen other YouTubers posting live streams that are like hours long. So I don't know if there's a time limit. As you know, paintings take a while, so don't know. Hopefully it doesn't cut me off. So it says live chat, all messages are visible. So I'm assuming it'll pop up on my screen. As I'm saying, I'm directly behind the camera or the phone. So I should be able to see if anyone signs on and asks a question. I should be using a light brush and a dark brush, as I usually say in my regular videos. Did I even take out enough brushes? Oh well. Burnt umber, cadmium red. So now I have 3 brushes out. So dark brush, middle tone brush, light brush. I'm applying the brush strokes in this kind of direction, in the direction of the light source in the room, just so I don't have too much of a glare. So this is kind of, on the screen it looks like it's glaring pretty bad. A little more mineral spirits. And a tiny brush. I'm using the alizarin permanent, ivory black, a little bit of cadmium red, some yellow ochre. So I might have just placed the nose a little far down. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit back. No, it looks fine, I think. Just for good measure, I'm gonna move it up a little. And of course the glare. Maybe if I just move the camera a little bit. Sorry for the motion there. I think it's a little better. Let's try and move it even more. Hopefully we're still in focus there. Using the fan brush again. Trying to minimize the glare. I think that's better. Should be a little less glare now. And don't feel bad, if you're watching this in the after it's posted on YouTube and you were in the live stream tier or are in the live stream tier. Um, it's okay. Again, I'll be uploading, or I'll be streaming again the first Saturday of the next month, 12 p.m. And why 12 p.m.? Why Saturday? It's really the only day that I can do this at my current schedule, and possibly my future schedules as well. Now, initially, I didn't want to do this through the YouTube mobile, just because, the audio and the visuals and stuff, but yeah, my laptop, it just can't. My laptop is a fossil. It's great for editing YouTube videos. Of course, as you know, my editing isn't that, sophisticated. So it's enough to edit those kinds of videos, the tutorials that you're seeing, but not sophisticated enough for streaming. And again, I'll post the photo reference for this in the Facebook photo reference group. Just look up Yupari Facebook photo reference group, or I don't know how this live stream description works, but if I'm able to put stuff in the description box, I'll go ahead and link the photo reference group. And the model's name is Howard. But again, these streams are, specifically for my patrons to watch me painting live, watch me paint live, and ask me questions while I'm painting. Yeah, one of my favorite YouTubers, pet YouTuber. She's a pet YouTuber. Her channel is Winslow the Dragon. She uploaded a live stream that was like 2 hours long. So hopefully we'll at least be able to do this for 2 hours. So if you're into pets, and just funny videos in general, she's pretty funny. She makes a lot of interesting jokes. Yeah, look up Winslow the Dragon. In case you're curious as to what kind of YouTube videos I like to watch. She also has a bearded dragon, like me, although I have 2 bearded dragons. And she says that her bearded dragon basically runs her life, and runs it, not ruins, okay? Runs her life. Meaning they're very demanding pets. They love attention. Always want to come out and say hi. course, the glare. So it's kind of weird painting in silence. I usually, when I'm not painting and talking, I usually have Netflix on on the side of on my iPad or my laptop, or I just listen to music. But these days I mainly just have Netflix or just watch YouTube videos. I wonder if it's going to be like this tomorrow. So I'm also streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the live chat. So I won't be painting, but I'll be there to answer any kind of questions. But I don't think I'll post the live chat on YouTube. Well, we'll see. I think what I'll do about posting the live chat, I think I'll just post it only to Patreon, just so it doesn't mess with my YouTube analytics. I mean, it makes sense to post this one because I'm actually painting, but I don't know if it would make any sense to post the video of me just talking. Whoops. Let's use some more cadmium orange. Alright, let's paint his eyebrows in there now. So with eyebrows, especially with the Alla Prima approach, I'll usually add them on after I paint the structure of the eye socket. The eye socket is, you know, just these concavity of the eye socket, frontal plane, side plane, under plane, bottom plane, getting all those planes. And then I'll add in, as you're seeing here, like a wet on wet with a soft brush, the dark for the eyebrow, and then kind of just blend it into the flesh tone surrounding. And then I'll go in and add some of the lights after. I think I have his eyebrow a little too high. Also with the Patreon, I'm going to be posting specifically to the mentoring tier on Monday. So the first Monday of every month, I will always post to the mentoring tier, and they'll be able to send me images of one of their artworks for constructive critique for the mentoring tier. But if you sign up for the live stream tier, at the moment it's the tier that, of course, allows you to watch me paint and talk to me while I'm painting in real time live. But it also has all of the other, what do you call them? My mind is drawing a blank. Basically, if you're in the live stream tier, you're also able to send me images of your artwork for constructive critique. If you're in the live stream tier, you're also able to attend the live chat. If you're in the live stream tier, you basically have all of the amenities. Amenities? Is that even the right word? I don't know. All of the benefits, that's the word. My mind drew a blank. So if you're in the live stream tier, you have all the benefits of the other tiers. Now we're just putting in the light for the eyebrows. It does help to have a lot of brushes for this, specifically for the Alla Prima approach. I actually recently haven't been using that many brushes in my more realistic paintings that I've been making, quote unquote, more realistic. Alright, so pretty sure it's time now to start to add in the facial hair and the regular hair, the non-facial hair. So for lack of better terms, ivory black, alizarin. Let me just first put in a dark shape here, and underneath over here. Ivory black, ultramarine blue, burnt umber, alizarin, basically all of the darks. Let's put this dark shape in here. Just so I can gauge the value range. Okay, now ivory black, ultramarine blue, and now we're going to start to put in the facial hair. More of the flake white. I really wonder what the limit is with the live streaming time. Kind of afraid it'll cut off before I can say that the painting is done. And so the beard, just like any other form, I really just try to think of it in terms of planes. You know, instead of painting just, you know, a type of cotton ball shape, instead I'm looking for top planes, side planes, underplanes. For instance, right under here is an underplane, but there's also a little bit of influence of the flesh tone, so that's why I'm putting in the pinkish color. Wow, I can't believe no one's watching. None of my patrons in the live stream tier. Maybe it's a time zone thing, I don't know. In the message that I sent out to the members in the live stream tier, it had the link and the time, and I even wrote Eastern Standard Time. Just me here talking to myself while I'm painting. And then as I say that, someone shows up. Now we're going to paint in the lip. We're seeing a little bit, just follow the center line, a little bit of light here. And the alizarin. I'm hoping once the this footage goes up to YouTube, it'll encourage you to join the live stream tier on Patreon. Remember, you can ask me stuff. You know, if you want to catch next month's live stream, you can ask me stuff while I'm painting. You know, I'm directly behind the phone, so I'm able to, you know, look at the questions and answer them. Having some kind of weird deja vu moment here. Meaning, I feel like I've been here doing this live stream before. I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy. Now, what I can do, an idea just occurred to me. You know, if you want to join the live stream tier and you want to have this photo reference beforehand, before the live stream starts, I will send you the photo reference before the live stream starts. Although I'm thinking of doing some still life too, just so you can actually see the still life object, but yeah, I think that's something I'll do. If you would like to join my live stream tier, I'll send you the photo references ahead of time. And of course, I'll post the photo reference for this one in the Facebook photo reference group. Just look up Yupari Artist Facebook photo reference group on Facebook. Gotta say, I'm really happy to see the artwork that everyone's posting on there. So he is wearing glasses in the photo reference, and I do want to put the glasses in there, so I'm just thinning out the paint a little bit. Oops, I just kicked the camera. Alright, so now burnt umber, ivory black, alizarin, so remember, thin paint tends to stick onto thick paint, so that's why the paint is kind of thin right now. And a little tip with ovals or ellipses or something like that, you don't have to paint the entire oval or the entire ellipse. You can just show you know, the beginnings and the corners, and then let the viewer's eye fill in the rest, so you don't have to put in the same consistency of a line throughout the entire thing, and so you don't have to worry about drawing a perfect circle or a perfect ellipse. The viewer's eye should be able to complete the ellipse for you. thinning out the paint a little bit more. Excuse me. And I kind of cleaned it off a little bit. Let's thin it again. Let's use the flake white, nickel yellow. Little yellow ochre. And again, I apologize again for the audio. Again, charging the phone, keeping it on the charger, and using my microphone is beyond the capability of my phone. So, sorry. I was so happy I actually had figured out how to connect my microphone, my lapel microphone, to the phone. And then when it came time to, like 20 minutes before I was going to set up the live stream, I realized that I couldn't set up the charger at the same time. And I had to make a decision, risk the phone dying and losing the footage, or just have the audio be what it is. And since I'm not really talking as much throughout this video, I don't think it should deter that much. So like I was saying, you don't have to finish the ellipse or the circles for the glasses, or when you're painting glasses. You can, leave some areas open and let the eye interpret. Though, of course, there should be a cast shadow that's projected underneath. And over here. And to answer one of the questions that I'm pretty sure this question would have been asked if, anyway, why I'm not painting and talking in the recent videos. And it's just because, after figuring out those multiple camera angles in the episodes, I figured out the multiple camera angles. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos where I was painting and talking more recently. I just wasn't happy with the painting result as much. And I think it was just hurting my views, and it was kind of hurting my Instagram as well. So instead I opted for, the more recent videos that you're seeing where the paintings are more realistic and they're edited more. Sometimes it's easier to talk when you don't have to paint, and it's easier sometimes to paint when you don't have to talk. But as you're seeing here, of course, I'm going to paint and talk for the live streams. When in doubt, blur it out. I'm kind of in doubt with the neck right now, so just gonna blur. make the edge soft. Just leave it alone. What I should put though is the bottom of the shirt. Just create a nice little vignette here. Yep, that's glaring a lot, so let's try to fix that. I'm gonna have to take a slight risk here. I kind of don't want to paint the background tone just because I like how flat this is, but that's kind of bothering me, so I have to pick and choose my battles here. Now I'm either gonna paint the background or leave it be, though that's gonna be there. Let me try something first. Paper towel and some mineral spirits. I'll first try to just erase it. If it erases, and if it doesn't erase as well as I want it to, then I'll just paint the background. A little more paper towel. Dry paper towel this time. Yeah, it's actually kind of taking off the tone of the background, so that didn't work. I'm gonna have to paint the background. So I'm gonna use less, or actually no medium for the background. Flake white, burnt umber. Now in the photo reference, the background is a little bit warmer, though of course I know the photo reference isn't there. But I'm gonna push it a little bit less warm. So a little bit of sap green, just to contrast with the warm flesh tones. And of course I'm pushing it a little darker, just so there's more contrast. And if I apply the brush strokes in this direction, it shouldn't glare as much in theory. I just want the background to be really flat. Of course, there you see the glare. Just like magic, the glare is gone. So how about this? Let's just use the burnt umber, yellow ochre, sap green. Let's just hurry up and cover this. And I won't worry too much about the glare. I'll just cover it and then use the fan brush to fix that. A little bit lighter by the shadow side, just to add some contrast. Don't worry, the glare will be gone in a minute. Now with the fan brush, hopefully that glare disappears. And there it is. The glare is not as bad. Still not good, but less glare. And I'm gonna make this edge down here more soft. Let's Let's just finger paint so we get the vignette. Add a fingerprint there for authenticity. Oh, great. There goes my fan brush. Yeah, I usually don't want this to happen, the paint that's getting on the brush. Great. That's okay. Just make the edges soft a little bit up here. And now that we have the background tone, we can now start to gauge all of the values since they're all in there now. I think this can get darker still. Though on the camera screen, the phone screen, it looks kind of contrasty. I guess contrasting a little bit much. That didn't work. But I kind of like this seemingly lost edge there. I just don't think that it's descriptive enough. So let's go ahead and try to redefine that edge. Then I'll go into it with the fan brush. Oh, much better. Now I don't want the edge quality to be the same. I don't want the edge quality to be the same throughout the entire thing. So this I will leave soft. I'm gonna go back into that, make it a little sharper. Where's my brush? I can also actually push this value lighter. And my leg cramped. Sorry. Technical difficulties. Now that's a little too worn. In fact, I think it's still the burnt umber color. So let's change that with more burnt umber. Just kidding. So burnt umber, sap green, a little bit of alizarin. I'm gonna compare it to that of the background color. It's green, but it's not quite as green as the background color. So alizarin, and it's darker than the background color. More burnt umber, alizarin, ultra. And after standing back, that's starting to bother me. So, we're not standing back, sitting back. Let's cover this. Then I'm noticing I'm missing something here. So obviously the lens of the glasses will distort a little bit, but I'm not really seeing that much distortion, just a little bit there. Now usually with glasses you can edit the distortion if you want, or paint it in there as you see it. I think I'll just paint it in there as I see it. A little warmer. And then while we're at it, we're making this edge softer over here. Get another brush out. Just gonna make that edge super soft. And then we'll make it a little sharper down towards the center. Almost forgot the shadow shape. So earlier, or just before this, it was still in the burnt umber color. So now I'm making it a little bit cooler, darker. I'm gonna make this edge a little softer over here. When in doubt, blur it out. Kind of in doubt for where that dark shape needs to be, so I'll just blur. Now the highlights, I can even compare the highlights. The highlight on the eyelid shouldn't be as bright as the highlight on the glasses, so just making it a little darker, so it probably won't show up on film. There. And I did say on the post to the live stream tier that this would be from 12 p.m. to 1, but of course I can still stay a little longer, which I already have. What are we on, like 90 minutes? So it's like an hour and a half already. Lost my brush. Thinning it out a little bit. Not thinning out the paint, just cleaning the brush. And I left the mineral spirits on here so the paint would be a little thin. We're gonna edit this shape here. And the paint is getting thinner and thinner, meaning I'm using more and more mineral spirits and medium as I start to layer wet on wet, wet paint onto wet paint. I hope that the problem isn't the Wi-Fi. I mean, I know my Wi-Fi kind of is pretty bad. So I hope the reason no one is watching, none of the live stream patrons are watching, I hope it's not because of the Wi-Fi. That would be bad. But as I said, I already tested this. I did a test live stream before this, and it worked, so shouldn't be the case. And again, don't worry, if you're watching this after the fact and you are in the live stream tier, it's okay. I'll be live streaming the first Saturday of every month, 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the links will be given and posted only to the members in the live stream tier on Patreon. We can put a little bit of the reflected light for the glasses. Thin it out a little bit. Just over here. Well, that would have been too bright. Just a little bit of reflected light there. little bit of reflected light for the wing of the nose. I feel like the bulb of the nose is a little too sharp. We just made that a little more round. Now I feel like the eyelid's too big. I'm actually gonna push this halftone out a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna move the eyebrow down a little, probably on both sides, or maybe just this one. No, on both. So one eyebrow down, literally, and now I'm gonna move the other one. So now with the thin paint, I'm gonna start to show some of the individual strands of hair. So back when I did a Rubens master study, I saw Rubens did something like this. Wet on wet painted the hair over top of the shape of the lips, like this. So we're gonna, gotta thin out the paint a little more. We're gonna try to do that. There. That's not good. So when live streaming with YouTube, I don't think I should be able to get text messages. That is bad. Yeah, I just got a text message. Hopefully that doesn't interfere with the connection. I'm gonna have to go and block everyone's contacts on my phone. Luckily, I only have a few contacts. Yeah, I gotta block the contacts. Oh dear. I hope I didn't lose anything. This person knew that I was going to be live streaming, so shame on you. All right, so it looks like we are approaching the 2 hour mark. So let's see. Let's see if I can zoom and move the camera. Just try and get a thumbnail shot and a close up so you can see how I make an edge soft by painting in plane by plane, and also describing the structure for the side of the eye socket. And as I said in the beginning of the video, that I wouldn't really be talking as much, just because I was waiting for questions from the audience from the live stream tier, but no one was able to show up. But it's okay. Again, if you want to watch me paint live and ask me questions while I'm painting, again, patreon.com/YupariArtist, and look for the live streaming tier. And with the live streaming tier, you will have all of the benefits of the other tiers as well. That is, you'll also be able to see the live chat, which is the first Sunday of every month. Remember, the live stream is the first Saturday of every month at 12 p.m. And the live chat is the first Sunday of the month of every month. So if you would like to watch me paint live and ask me questions, yep. Patreon.com/YupariArtist. The other thing is I don't really know how to exit the the live stream. I mean, I did do a test live stream before. There's a little X button on the top. Hopefully that doesn't delete everything. All right, we are so close to the 2 hour mark. I do not want to lose any footage, so, how far can I zoom? I think that would be a good thumbnail too. So right now I'm trying to get thumbnail images and make some edges soft. Okay, let's zoom you out. The camera movement will stop right about now. Okay, so let's look for some more things to edit. And remember to check out the photo reference group. Just look up on Facebook, Yupari Artist Photo Reference Group. I'll be posting the photo reference for the photo reference I used for this one. And if all goes well, every single brush stroke will be available for you to see. Of course, not live anymore, but you know, once this is up on YouTube. we just passed the 2-hour mark, so hopefully it doesn't cut off. I'm gonna just drop a signature on this one. I'll also post this one on my Etsy if you are interested in purchasing this painting or any of my other oil paintings. Just look up etsy.com/Yupari artist. So let's drop a signature. Is that even on screen? Yep. Remember, thin paint sticks onto thick paint. And the background, as you recall, I didn't use any medium, so signature sticks nicely. All right. That being said, I really hope that, for what it's worth, you enjoyed this demonstration. Remember, the first Saturday of every month at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live streaming for the patrons in my live stream tier, okay, in which you will be able to ask me questions as I paint and watch me paint in real time, like real time. Every single brushstroke has been displayed. I wish you the best in all of your artwork, and if you would like to purchase this painting, I got one more edge here that I don't like. I'm gonna make this softer. But in any case, if you would like to purchase this painting or any of my other oil paintings, check out my Etsy store. Look up Etsy/Yupari artist. And there you will see original paintings by me for sale. Alright, let's just... so many things. So many things. Oh dear. Okay. There. Not all the edges have to be super sharp. I mean, super soft, so let's just leave that be. That being said, I wish you the best in all of your artwork, and I'll see you on the next episode.